My name is Jen. Thanks for joining me today. Today's going to be a full body intermediate reformer class. We're going to need 2 heavies and a blue to begin. The only prop we need today is our short box, and you can have your headrest up, your straps on your pegs, and once you're ready, I'll meet you on the reformer. Once you're ready, you're going to find your feet on the platform. You're going to find your bottom about halfway onto the carriage mat, and you're going to take your hands and you're going to place them behind your knees. From here, you're going to elongate your spine, bring your shoulders back and down. Your neck is nice and long. From here, I want you to tilt your pelvis back. So slowly articulate yourself back, feeling the spine articulate, holding on to the back of the thighs, just tilting the pelvis down as far as you can posteriorly tilt it. And then exhale, I want you to bring that spine, articulate it back up. Let's keep articulating through that spine as we roll ourselves down. Really taking notice to how that spine moves. Bring it up. However you breathe is fine. Remember, it's not a rule. It's a tool. So whatever works for you. So I'm inhaling as I roll myself back. Exhaling as I stack myself up. We'll go for 4 more here, just feeling the spine move. Maybe getting a little deeper now as your pelvis is getting a little bit warmer. Last 2. On this last one, I want you to roll yourself back. Hold yourself there. Bring those shoulders back and down. Hands are releasing from those knees, coming up in front of you. From here, I want you to take your left hand, open up to the left side. Bring it back to center. Keep those abs knitted into those ribs, holding that C curve here. Rotating back to the left, alternating side to side. You're just rotating the rib cage around the spine. You're trying to stabilize those hips. Keep everything knitted together. Those abs are stabilizing. That center core is holding you tight. Last one on each side. When you finish the one, opposite the side you started to, come back to center, bring your hands behind your knees, and slowly bring yourself on up. Roll those shoulders. You can go ahead, slide your bottom down. Make sure that you're on 2 heavies and a blue, 2 heavies and a medium, or 2 reds and a blue. Your heels are going to be sits bones distance apart. That is a fist between your heels. Your toes are planted down on that imaginary floor. You're engaged through those heels. From here, take a big inhale. On your exhale, I want you to extend that carriage out and resist that carriage back in. So a little bit lighter of a carriage today. We are going to be going into some single footwork. So instead of changing springs, I'm just going to start a little bit lighter. So taking notice how you feel today, getting your body ready to move. We'll go for 4 more here. Last one here. You're going to press yourself all the way out and bring yourself all the way in. Let's go ahead, bring that left foot up to tabletop. Right heel is on that foot bar. Go ahead, extend that carriage out and resist it in. We're going to go for 10 presses here, and then we'll add on. So really squeezing that glute as you come into that extension of that leg. I have 3 more here. On this next one, when I come in, I'm going to bring myself halfway in, sit myself in that chair. Now I'm going to isometrically hold that. My tabletop leg is going to kick back and pull in. You're stabilizing that carriage, keeping everything quiet, using your core to keep that carriage mat quiet underneath you. You should be off the bumper. Last two. Now, next time that knee comes in line with the other knee, I want you to press both legs out, but you're going to extend your left leg to the clouds and bring it in. Up to the clouds and in. For 4. We're going for 10. This is 5. Last 2. Really squeeze that kneecap to that quad. On this last one, bring it in and go ahead and place that foot onto the bar. Give yourself a moment, roll that ankle. And then from here, when you're ready, you're going to place that left heel on the bar, right leg is coming to tabletop. First, we have those 10 presses, so we have 10 single leg presses, really extending through that leg. Remember that ball of the foot is pressing down on that imaginary floor. Those ribs and abs are knitted together. I have 4 more here. Last 2. On this next one, we're going to come in halfway, that isometric hold. Now from here, that leg's going to extend out, bring it into table. Trying to keep that carriage quiet. Last 4. For 2. Last one here, when that leg comes in, bring those knees together or in line with each other. Now they both come out, they extend. Bring them back in. Bend and straighten at the same time. For 4 and 3. For 2 and last 1. Bring it in, and you can go ahead and bring those knees to your chest. Go ahead and rock them out for a second. All right, from here we're going to go ahead, drop our headrest. We're going to go into our bridging series, staying on these 2 reds and a blue. So from here, you're going to have your heels on that bar. Your arms are down by your side. You're going to tuck that pelvis towards your nose. Slowly articulate yourself up, 1 vertebrae at a time, finding that plumb line from your knees to your shoulders. Take an inhale here and slowly exhale it down. Pushing vertebrae by vertebrae into that carriage mat. Find that neutral. Tuck it back towards your nose and roll it up. Two more here. Last one. On this last one, when you slowly roll it down, you can slowly bring your carriage in, bring your knees to your chest, and go ahead and rock it on out. All right, from here we're going to set up for some changes. I am going to be picking my headrest back up. Make sure that your straps are on the pegs. I am coming to 1 red, 1 blue. That is 1 medium and 1 heavy, 1 heavy and 1 medium. Go ahead, lie down. We're going to do our arm series. So from here, when you're ready, go ahead and grab those straps. Short loops, preferably long loops if you prefer a lighter weight, or just not feeling it today, whatever you choose. Arms are coming up to the clouds. From here, you're going to draw those legs in. Tabletop, arms stay up at the clouds. Take a big deep inhale. Exhale, bring those arms straight down towards your hips and resist them up. Just do the first few here. I always like to start the first few with the head down just to see how everything feels. So keeping those hips, those knees in line with those hips, keeping those abs drawn in, preferably your neutral spine here. Imprinted spine is fine as well. Now on this next one, we're going to curl ourselves up. So when you're ready, arms come to the clouds, tuck the chin towards your chest, curl yourself up, hold yourself here. From here, extend those legs long, pull them in, bring the arms back up to the clouds. Again, curl up, hold, isometric. Both legs out, bring the legs in, float the arms up. Tuck the chin towards the chest, reach those arms towards the foot bar, extend those legs, pull them in, then float the arms up. So we're working on a lot of stability today. Stability muscles all the way around. Three more. For 2. Last one. On this last one, when those arms come up to the clouds, hold them there. From here, you're going to open your arms out to the T. Sweep them towards your hips. Float them up to the clouds. 2 more with our head down. Next time the arms open out to the T, bring your head up as you sweep your hands towards your hips. Float your head down as your arm come up. Open to the T. As you're squeezing towards your bottom, you lift your chest. Arms come up, head comes down. Last 2. Arms come up, hold them there. We're going to reverse the motion. First 4, head stays down. So building the endurance here with our arm circles. On this next one, curl that chin towards the chest. Push those arms towards your waist. Open them out to the T. Keep that head up. As the arms come up, the head comes down. Curl up. Open to the T. Keep the head up. The head down. The arms come up. Remember, those hips are planted in cement. Last 2. Last one. Go ahead. Bring those feet to the foot bar and hang those straps up. Drop your knees from side to side. And then when you're ready, you're slowly going to come on up. And we are going to be making a spring change. I'm going to be taking off my blue spring, just coming down to one heavy spring. From here, I'm going to come standing up to this side of the reformer. So I'm on my left side. Whatever side you're on is fine. You're going to take your toes, you're going to curl them. You're going to bring your knee down onto the carriage. From here, you're going to come into a lunge. So you want to make sure your knee is in line with your ankle. Hands is on the foot bar. From here, when you're ready, I want you to tuck that pelvis under, and then I want you to go ahead and give me that lunge stretch. Now try to keep your hips square. Really press down with that knee into that carriage. Open up that hip flexor here and give yourself a little extension pushing into that bar. So just enjoy that stretch for a moment. Now from here, I want you to go ahead, take your inside hand, bring it to the corner. Now I want you to come up just for a moment. I want you to go ahead, tuck that pelvis forward again. Send yourself out to that lunge stretch. Hold on here. I want you to take your hand. I want you to open up. For this case, I'm coming to the left. I just want you to hold it here. Isometric holds. Reach this hand. Just reach it long. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Now from here, we're going to come in. We're going to move our foot up a little bit. So now my knee is off the carriage. So we're going to come into that lunge. And now from here, I want you to come up into an angle. Yes. And down. Really work into that stretch here. Keep that knee over that ankle. So you're coming up in a diagonal line. We're trying to at least. Last 2. On this next one, I want you to hold it back here. Now from here, we're just going to pull it in, tap the knee, and reach it out. Tap the knee, and reach it out. Can you get lower into that lunge? For 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Go ahead, extend it all the way out and bring it all the way in. All right, you can go ahead, you can shake that leg out, and we're going to come over to the other side, do the same thing on this side. So from here, my inside foot is coming, resting my knee down on the carriage. My toes are tucked underneath the shoulder rest. From here, my inside hand is coming a little diagonally across my body because I'm going to be rotating open. But before we do that, let's go into that lunge stretch. So tilt that pelvis forward and go ahead and come into that lunge. Tucking that pelvis as forward as you can. Now from here, come in one more time. Tuck that pelvis, bring it down. Reach your hand to the corner of the foot bar, and from here you're going to open up out to the side, trying to keep this hip square. Try not to open up the hips. You do the best you can. You're just holding it open, getting that twist and that rotation. Take a few breaths here. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in to center. All right, from here we're coming into that lunge. That toe is coming up, the knee is coming up off the carriage. From here, you're going to sink down into that lunge. Come up on that angle. Again, sink down into that lunge. Trying to keep that knee over that ankle. Last 3. Keep those abs and ribs in tight. On this last one, we're going to hold it down. Make sure the knee is over the ankle, not further behind. Now from here, really reach into it. Square those hips out. Drop the knee. Push it out. Yes, squeeze the glute. Drop the knee. Squeeze this glute right here. Squeeze as you pull the glute back. We have 5, 4. Hold those abs in. 3 for 2. And last 1. Bring that in and slowly bring that carriage on in. Go ahead and shake it out. So I'm coming up to a heavy and a medium. And from here you can go ahead, you can step up onto your carriage. Now from here you can go ahead, I want your heels up against your shoulder blocks. Now you might have to move your foot bar if you feel like if you don't, I'm kind of in between. Sometimes I feel like I have to move my foot bar and sometimes I don't. So I'm just going to see how it goes today. My heels are down. We're coming into elephant. So right away I want you to think about drawing those hips. You want them over your thighs, okay? Reaching long. Your serratuses are engaged. You're pressing out. You're dropping that head between your arms. From here, you're going to push yourself out. Now just pull, draw those abs in as you bring those legs back underneath those hips. Feel that stretch through your back posterior chain. Keep those abs drawn in, head down. Really pull it in underneath. Last 2. And last 1. Get those hips, get those legs underneath that hip. All right, from here we're going to bring our heels up. Now, our arms are engaged. We're up over our shoulder. We're coming into long stretch 2. So from here, you're just going to come out into long stretch, pull it out, and then you're pulling it in. So most of this movement is coming from your hips and your waistline. You're not pushing out on. You're not pushing away from the bar and then pushing away. So you're keeping your shoulders over your wrists. The motion is coming, you're stable through your shoulders. The motion is coming from your waist down. Your core down is what I meant. Last 3. Find that plank for a moment. You want to hold it there. Last 1. And you can bring it in. Excellent. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to sit down on our knees. And from here, I'm coming to 1 heavy spring. I'm sorry, I'm taking my heavy spring off. I'm leaving my medium spring on. So I'm coming to 1 blue spring. All right, I am going to turn around. I'm going to face my tower, and my knees are coming up between the shoulder blocks. Now I'm going to go ahead and choke up on these straps. Now, sitting up nice and tall, we're going to come into thigh stretch. So we're going to start sitting down on our knees. Shoulders are back and down. Our abs and ribs are connected. So from here, we're slowly going to come on up. And as we come up, we move our hands behind us. All right, and then we're going to come back in. We open up our body. our chest to the clouds, and then we slowly come back in and we hinge it down. So again, as you pull back, you come up on your hips, you pull the arms behind you, you open that chest, push those arms back towards that foot bar, and then you slowly come in and hinge yourself down. This is about control and stability and about getting that chest expansion. So reach it up, reach back in those thighs, hinge back, open up through those hip flexors, and bring it down. So now adding in that thigh stretch. You're reaching really hinge back. Yes. Last 3. For 2. And last one, just really opening up through those hip flexors, those quads, and come down. All right, you can hang your back strap up. Keep your strap, keep whatever strap you want. From here, we're going to be changing our spring from one blue spring to one yellow spring. So I am on my lightest spring that I have. If you have a spring on a button, you can put it on the top button if you find that this is too light. But again, this is more about stability than actual. This is the name of the game. It's all about stability today. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to come. Our inside leg, which is my left leg, is going to be in line with my back shoulder block. My foot will come into a half kneel. My foot is coming towards the edge of the carriage, and I am going to come stand in a half kneel position. So right away, you have this whole front line opened up. Your shoulders are back and down, and from here, you're going to go ahead and grab the short loop. So again, this is not heavy, but it's all about stabilizing through your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate towards the foot bar. You're going to come up, and you're going to bring it down. So arms are straight. You're rotating towards the foot bar. You're rotating your trunk, and then rotating it back towards the foot bar. So we're going in for rotational circles with our trunk, stabilizing through our bottom. Really push, ground yourself with that standing foot. Really push that heel into that carriage mat. Use that inner thigh. I don't know about you, but when I work on stability, for me, it's harder than anything else. Last one. And bring it back to center. All right, you can carefully put your hands on the headrest, slowly bring that foot on down, and you can go ahead and hang that strap up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, so carefully, please be mindful this is a light carriage. So my knee is coming towards the back shoulder block. From here, hold on to the foot bar. Your foot is coming towards the end. You're coming into that like captain stance. Feel that hip opening first. So this is my side that I have no restriction. I have a really bad right hip. So my external rotation, internal rotation on my right hip, and you're gonna see this leg shake just because I've had surgery on it. So hands are coming in towards, coming together. It's just like a golf. Just like golf, we're swinging a club. So you're going to come across your body, stabilize yourself first, see how you feel. Bring the arm up and then bring it down. Rotate the trunk. Try to keep the bottom half of your body quiet. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm sure it's not going to look good when I go back, but that's okay. It's about progress and not perfection to me. So I want you to be mindful, but I haven't been a dancer, so Pilates is Pilates to me. I try my best, and I do what I can. Movement, just movement in itself is fabulous. I kind of lost count, sorry guys, so let's do 2 or 3 more here because I feel, like I said, stabilizing for me is one of the toughest things. Last one. And bring it back to center. All right, carefully you can hang that strap on up. All right, we have that yellow spring on. We're going to keep that yellow spring on and add a medium spring with it. From here, I am going to be dropping my foot bar. This is where you're going to need, oh, not all the way, I'm sorry. We're not dropping the foot bar all the way. I was just dropping it a little bit. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to grab our box, put it on to our carriage, and then from here, you're going to go ahead, you're going to lay on this box. Make sure that it is right at the beginning of your rib cage. From here, I am going to have my legs a little hip distance apart. If that's not comfortable for you, you can always go a little bit wider. You can keep them narrow, whatever works for you. From here, elbows are coming wide. All right, so we're going to push our pelvis and the front of our legs into that box. From here, we're going to go ahead, we're going to extend ourselves out. Now, all fingers are on the same side of the foot bar. Your head is in neutral here. Your legs are engaged. Feel the serratus is engaged. Lat muscles working. Shoulders are back and down. From here, you're going to bend those elbows in. You're going to come up into a swan. Push that pelvis down. Excellent. And push it out. Now from here, just bend the elbows and come in. Push yourself out. Now this one, you're going to come up into that swan. So come up, drop those shoulders, lift, squeeze those glutes. As you push yourself back out, you drop that chest. Into neutral, you come in for a chest press. Push it out. Now for back extension, come up. Push those pelvis, push those hips. Remember, your extension is what it is for you. You go as high as you can. You come back down. Bend the elbows for that chest press. This is we have 5 more here. Each time you should get a little bit deeper as that spine gets warm. Into extension. Last 2. Everything's engaged. Your lower body is still active, still energy floating out of it. This is my last one here. Come in for a chest press. And just relax everything for a moment here. Go ahead, put your head down on the foot bar and just give yourself a moment. All right, everything is staying the same. Go ahead, push that pelvis into the box. Now I want you to extend yourself out. Now from here, you're just gonna hold yourself here. Pelvis is pushing in, active body, posterior chain activated from the tip of your toes to the crown of your head. From here, raise your right hand, left hand, sorry, whichever hand, just raise one and bring it down. Raise the other. You're just alternating hands, squeezing that lower body. Alternate. Bring it down, alternate for 3, 2, 1. Alternate the other side for 3, 2, 1. Last one here, alternate 3, 2, 1. Put the hands on the bar, bend yourself in, bend your knees toward your bottom for a moment. All right, last set here for the posterior chain. From here, drop those shoulders back and down. Push that pelvis into the box. Arms come long. Engage the serratus. Shoulders are back and down. From here, lift your left hand, right leg for 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Alternate. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Alternate. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Last set. One on each side for 3, 2, 1. Drop it down for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Excellent. Slowly bring yourself on in and come up off of that box and come to the front of your reformer. From here, leave your foot bar right where it is. I want you to go ahead, take that blue spring off, that medium spring, so you adjust on your lightest spring. If you don't have the light spring, the blue spring is fine. From here, I want you to go ahead, send that bottom out, legs or hips distance apart. I just want you to push that box out. Drop your head between those arms. And then from here, slowly roll yourself on up. Again, exhale, push that box away, flatten that spine. Come into that standing puppy pose. Soft bend in those knees. And bring it in. Last 2. And last one. From here, slowly draw those abs on in, bring those shoulders back and down. When the carriage docks, release your hands, bring those shoulders back and down. Go ahead and take that box. We are finished with it. We're going to finish up this class with some feet and straps. So go ahead, I'm going to find my headrest. You're going to go ahead, take that yellow spring off, add 1 heavy, 1 medium, that's 1 red and 1 blue. We'll go ahead and lie ourselves down. And we will bring our feet into the foot loops. So once your legs are together, let's go ahead, let's lower and lift. Let's bring our legs up to the clouds. Find those hips heavy, that tailbone is heavy on that carriage. From here, lower and lift. Let's go for 2 more here. Next time those feet are at 45, hold them there. Let's go ahead, frog those feet towards your midline and push them away. So here's where I really like to go into that imprinted spine because I love that lower back stretch. Last 2. Next time those legs are long, let's flip them to parallel, bring them up to the clouds. Let's come around for our circles. Really enjoy that stretch as your legs come up and around. Last two. Next time those feet come up, go ahead, push them down, reverse those circles, coming out and around. Last two here. Next time those feet come up to the clouds, hold them there, flex your toes towards your nose. From here, I'm going to bend my right foot in. I'm going to send my left foot down like it's stepping onto the floor, and then I'm going to extend my right leg towards the clouds. From there, I can extend my leg towards the side and bring in for that hamstring, hip flexor stretch. Thank you. I could not get it out. Let's go ahead. You bring that leg up to the clouds first, then bend it. Then you bring the leg from the floor, bring it back to table. To get into this position again, both legs are at table. Step the other foot on the floor. Once that foot is safely on the floor, you can extend that leg towards the clouds, and then you can bring it out towards the sides. Once you're satisfied there, go ahead, bring that leg up to the clouds, bend to table, bring the leg up off the floor, both legs are in table, extend them to the clouds, and then from here you can slowly take your straps off. And we are finished. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.